Welcome. Let's talk about how not to trigger the fight or flight response and thus raise your blood pressure.
Now, I get this one in theory, but in the real world, this feels challenging to pull off. How, in the face of someone cutting me off in traffic, for instance, am I supposed to not trigger the fight or flight response, raise my adrenaline, and thus raise my blood pressure?
I appreciate this question. This is a very common challenge. But let me give you an example of a patient of mine who has hypertension. She's a working mom. She comes home from work. Her mother's coming for dinner. The house is a mess. She walks into the bedroom of her 14-year-old daughter, who's viewing one of her screens on her bed. The mom is about to rise and explode. She's done it many times before. And as she wrote me in the email, she caught herself. Instead of exploding, instead of speaking, she paused. She then walked to her daughter, kissed her on the forehead, said, "Hi, honey. Grandma's coming for dinner. Would you help me clean up?" And she turned around, walked out of the bedroom, walked into the bathroom, took her blood pressure, and to her absolute delight, her pressure remained normal, unlike all previous times.
This feels like a very simple story, but at its core, there's something distinctly different in the action that she took then. What is that distinct difference?
It is distinct, and it is different. She caught herself. She became aware that she was rising into a dysfunctional pattern. She paused. She didn't do anything.
Yeah.
She stayed silent. In a sense, it's like pushing in the clutch and disengaging the whole explosion process. And in doing so, it gave her the space, and she had been practicing this. This was not new to her. It gave her the chance to choose something different.
Is it something like this? Is it that she basically took the attention off of her daughter and put the attention on herself?
Precisely. That is one of the first and most important actions. She put the attention on herself. This is what personal responsibility is about.
Yeah.
She took responsibility for what was going on in her. And in so doing, it gave her the opportunity to choose something so important, so fundamental. It's life-changing when you get good at that skill.
Those people with high blood pressure, there's an immediate measure of whether you pull this off or not.
Betcha.
You go check your blood pressure.
That's right. That's what she did.
You know if you've actually become aware and not gone down that adrenaline, high blood pressure track known as the fight or flight response.
Exactly.